Hello YouTube, it's BirdoPrey5 and good morning. It is Wednesday, February 27th, 2019, just about 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and this is a breaking news special report from BirdoPrey5, action news. No, seriously, I wanted to get this video out very quickly. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not on camera. It was that important. The biggest news in the websites, YouTube channels I've been following these past 24 to 36 hours, of course, has been the fact that Rotten Tomatoes has disabled the negative, the I don't want to see it option for movies across the board, widely speculated to be, of course, due to Captain Marvel, extremely low score. It just so happens that in the last 24 hours, we now have a way around this. Yes. We can still comment on Rotten Tomatoes. We can comment on anything, more or less. It is, I've played with it a few minutes this morning. It seems like an excellent system. It's only going to get better. But man, the opportunities for this are near limitless. Any site that has disabled comments, you can still comment on. And people can read what you comment, and they can see your comments, and we can share our thoughts. And, you know, maybe it's positive, it's probably negative if they disabled them, but you don't know. You see what other people are thinking. How often have you been to a YouTube video where they disabled comments, and you like, I still want to leave a comment. Well, some people, it drives them to make their own YouTube channel, which is great. If you've got the time and the effort and you want to put that in, go ahead and still do that. But if you just want to leave a comment, I'm going to walk you through this. This process should probably take 5 minutes without me talking, but you know me. I talk slow and I go off on tangents. So it's going to take a little time. But trust me, if you just follow the instructions, it's very fast. I had this up and running in 5 or 6 minutes this morning. So, excuse me. Let's get started. Very, very important. Just before we start, I have a couple of thank yous I have to give. First and foremost, to the Anti-Tracker. And this is his website, antitracker.com, one word. Anti-Tracker, I woke up, you are correct, I woke up this morning to 200 plus subs, 206 I believe. I went to bed with 192, and I saw your live stream this morning, and thank you so much. It was, for those who don't know, Anti-Tracker, a very popular and despite the name, very pro Star Trek, original series, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, not so much Discovery, though he does watch it with an open mind. A Star Trek channel nonetheless, also Star Wars, Marvel, and the rest. Very much a sci-fi nerd geek guy. He did a whole 20 or so minutes of his show last night just to getting me above 200 subscribers. Thank you so much, Anti-Tracker. And this is his YouTube channel for those who, for somehow, I mean, look, he has over 7,500 subscribers. I've got 200, so let's face it, you probably already know him. And if you don't, definitely subscribe, check him out. Also, a big thank you last night to Doomcock, Overlord DVD. He does a monthly power hour For those of us who are Patreons, or will soon he'll be doing a Subscribe Star, um, patrons, or whatever. If you donate to him, you can get onto his Discord. He does a monthly power hour, and I was able to relieve some stress last night. A lot of fun. Thank you, everybody who was there, who has watched, and especially those who subscribed, even despite my horrible singing voice. A lot of fun, and thank you, Overlord, for what you do. But why we're here. Most of us are probably here for this. Rotten Tomatoes, the Captain Marvel page. I didn't want it. I'm going to be honest, I spent 15 minutes maybe putting together a well-rationed, well thought out, checked for spelling errors and typos, reason. About 3 weeks ago, I typed it up and I put it into a comment over here, down here where it said next to want to see it, and it said not interested. I clicked not interested. I typed it out in Word to make sure the grammar was correct and the spelling was correct. I pasted it over, posted it. I had my 2 cents in. Would anybody ever read it? I have no idea, but I felt better. And now, yesterday, or perhaps the night before that, gone. Everybody's across the entire site. If you were not interested in a movie, no matter how well thought out, how reasoned, how innocuous, whatever your comments were, completely erased from existence, at least on the official website. And that does not it's censorship. Now granted, it's legal censorship in that Rotten Tomatoes is a privately owned website. They're not a United States government entity, and if they don't want to show negative reviews or have not interested comments, they don't have to. They are completely within their rights to do it. I'm not complaining about their rights. It is censorship, but it is legal censorship. Censorship they have every right to do, but like they have every right to do it, so do we, the people, the users of the internet, have every right to go around it, to sidestep it. And that's how we're going to do it. Even right now, you cannot see it. There are hundreds, at least dozens, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. I didn't go back that far. I was just so excited once I saw people commenting again. That there's tons of comments on this page you cannot yet see, but I'm going to show you how. And the magic of this is from the social network Gab. Now, yes, Gab has been in the news. It's been accused of being a site for right-wing trolls. And to be perfectly blunt, there are right-wing trolls there. There are also non-right-wing trolls. There are people across the political spectrum. I'm there for one. There are intelligent people. I saw, even though he considers himself left of center, I saw Tim Pool had an account, so I follow him here. There's the problem is that Twitter mostly gets rid of they get rid of a lot of people, but at least initially, it was mostly conservatives and mostly the out there, not only conservatives, but even besides left and right, just way off the norm people. And it's not that those people shouldn't have rights to comment or things, but Twitter didn't want them, so Gab was founded and he took them in. And so, yeah, you are going to find comments you might not like on Gab. You know what? It's a site for adults. Don't let your little children on Gab, probably. It is mostly uncensored. Only the worst of the worst gets removed. So fair warning here. You have to be an adult. And if seeing a bad word or somebody calling somebody else a bad name is going to upset you and ruin your day, then you're right. Gab is not for you. Go back to Twitter or Facebook. But if you can put up with the fact that not everyone is going to agree with you, not everyone in the world is a nice person per se, and that not everyone is politically correct, if you can live with that, then man, Gab has Twitter and Facebook beat hands down. And they're growing like crazy, and this new service is only going to make them grow quicker. So if you do not yet have a Gab account, I strongly suggest you make one. I've had one for months. It's been in the end of my videos. Granted, I do not use it as much as Twitter, but I'm going to be honest, with this new service, I'm probably going to start using it more. So you do have to first sign up for a Gab account. Now, I'm not going to go through the sign up because you're smart enough to go to create account down here and figure it out. I'm just going to log in with my account, and of course I put in the wrong password. Okay. We'll try that again. And of course, this is what happens when we record. Let's see, hopefully nothing was shown there. I'll have to look at it before I put this live. Might have to blur some things out. Okay, perfect. And yes, we're gonna save the password. So this is Gab. Okay, you're signed in. Fine. Once you're signed in, you know, Gab wants you to follow some people. I'd love if you followed me. I'm at BertoPray5. The letter O, the number 5, just like I am everywhere else on the internet. So yes, follow me. Follow whoever you want. Don't follow anyone. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You got to get on Gab first. Now, this is what launched, as far as I know, launched yesterday. Maybe there was a soft launch earlier, but I got the email yesterday, and it is called Dissenter, and dissenter.com. You're going to log into dissenter.com. Basically, and again, I'm sorry I already did this, but this isn't a hard part. When you go to log in or connect, you will have to connect it to your Gab account. It'll ask for permission. It'll ask for your Gab username and password. Very much give it, that's fine. It's completely safe. This was sent. The email of this was sent from Gab. Gab totally backs this. So yeah. You know, go ahead and do that. Once you do that, and here's where it gets a little difficult. First, to be clear, you do not need, there's a browser extension that will let you quickly read comments on websites, on any website, anywhere on the internet. You can leave a comment, but of course it will be most useful for websites that have disabled or deleted their own comments, because those are the ones you really want. Obviously, if a website like a YouTube, if a YouTube video has its own comments, by all means, leave your comments in the YouTube comments. I mean, it helps everyone. It's easier. More people will see it, and you know, it's good. Basically, it's good for the YouTuber to have more comments. So don't use it in an alternative. But if the YouTuber deletes your comment, or they get rid of all comments, or they just don't even accept comments from the beginning, then by all means go to Dissenter. Now you don't have to go to their website. This is what we're going to do. We're going to download their browser extension. Now, because Gab and this is politically charged, I'm guessing they haven't even attempted to get their browser extension put in the official Chrome extension store, or I'm using Opera Next, which basically is a Chrome-based browser. So the instructions are exactly the same. In fact, it's the same physical extension we download, whether it's going to be for Chrome or Opera. But they have extensions for every major browser, including Internet Explorer, including, I believe, Safari. So you're going to go here. This, after you've logged into Dissenter, this is your Gab avatar. You click on it. You go to download. The Dissenter browser extension, the comment section of the internet. That's what they're calling this, the comment section of the internet. So you've got your Chrome. You've got Brave, which is an anonymous, almost like a Tor, but a very anonymous. Not as, I don't think it's as anonymous as Tor, but it's a very privacy centered browser. You might want to try it out. Opera, which is what I'm using for this. Chromium, which is kind of a generic Chrome, what Chrome was based off of. Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Edge actually, Microsoft Edge now, and Safari. So, I mean, that's the vast majority of browsers. Probably if you click other, there are some options, but most that are either Chromium based, which would include Opera and probably Brave, will run the same extension. Firefox based ones will run Firefox extensions, and Edge and Safari, they have their own. So, okay, for me, I have Opera, but if you have Chrome, either way, they're both taking you to the same thing. Download. Okay, now for me, download is complete because it just downloads to my download folder automatically. For you, it might ask you, do you want to save? Yes, you want to save it. Save it in your downloads, probably. Wherever you want to save it is fine. So let it download, and then we have to open it. And it has the instructions right here. It has the instructions on how to do this right here, but I'm just going to show you quickly on YouTube. So you've downloaded the file. We now want to open it. I double clicked on it here. Again, this is Windows 10. It's very similar no matter what operating system you're on. Okay, this is the folder we want. Now it's a zip file, so I got to hit extract. I'm extracting it all. So it's going to open. Good, perfect. Now this is the extracted file. I'm going to double click on this, and this has this is the Chrome 10. Now this version number might change in the future, but this, you want to double click on the folder inside. That's the Dissenter extension, Chrome V whatever number it is, and you want to highlight this entire URL, not URL, this entire file path, because this is the location of the extension. We're going to want that. Okay, so we go back to the browser. Now we're going to go to extensions. In Chrome, it's going to be over here, the 3 dots, and you go to extensions. In Opera, it's on the left. We go to extensions and extensions. Okay. First thing we have to do, and this is just because we are loading an extension off our own hard drive as opposed to downloading it from the store or the whatever they call it. We're going to click on developer mode. Developer mode is enabled, and that allows us to here. We're going to go load unpacked extension. This is the hardest part of this. Click load unpacked extension, and it's going to ask for the URL over the path of it. And granted, because I already did this once, it's already selected. But if you come down here and you right click, and you can paste in that whole URL, not URL, excuse me, that file path we just copied, and hit OK. You will see it takes an instant, maybe a little longer on a slower computer. Dissenter extension has been added. There are some checkboxes here. Allow in private mode, you probably don't want that. Hide from toolbar, you certainly don't want that. I just leave these all as default, the checkboxes. And you're done. You're basically done. You click the X. You can exit out of this page now if you want. But let's go over back to Captain Marvel. Just for the hell of it, I will reload the page. You will now see in your browser this little G, this green G, the center extension. You click on it, and you have you now see a whole bunch of comments that have been left for this, and there's probably more, but I'm just not loading it. You can check, right? Okay, so offhand, you're not. Okay, I'm sorry. If here's where you make your comment. You can say, now I already left a comment, but we'll say another one. If you are leaving a comment with bad words or more adult than, say, you would have in a friendly or office conversation, I'd say, then go ahead and self-censor to a point yourself and just mark it as not safe for work. Because when you do join Gab, you do choose if you want to see not safe for work posts. And yes, I've clicked so that I do see them. I believe, I have to double check. But if you were really doing something that was crazy, which you're totally allowed to do on Gab, so long as it's not illegal, right? You can't do something totally illegal. But if it's just not polite, if it's, you can still put it on Gab. So yeah, if it's really bad, hit not safe for work. But I mean, if you're commenting on a movie or something, you'll never need to use that. You can choose to, although it's not enabled yet, it is coming soon. I did see that coming soon. It's set. In fact, I don't know if you can see the browser tip, but I moused over it and it says coming soon right underneath. So eventually you'll be able to just check this box and it will share it right to your Gab profile that you actually posted on here. So that's it. You hit publish, and boom, your comment is now made. And so look, we have comments already on this video. I don't know who these people are. but shilling for Disney Marvel, certified fresh. And you can thumb up or thumb down or create a comment on their comment. I was going to take Jake Vale. I was going to take my son to see this movie. Never even considered that a lead female would be an issue in a superhero movie. And now, probably not. If this was manufactured controversy, it backfired. Certainly seems to have backfired, Jake. Mike Fallon says, if I wanted to watch a piece of wood make a lot of noise, I'd watch a logging documentary. Wow. Okay. But these, some are going to be more insightful than others, for sure. Here's Aaron. I don't get it. Rotten Tomatoes was founded on the idea a site could mean to movies that viewers weren't interested. Now they're in bed with the movie advertisement machine. Not what it used to be. Certainly, I think there was a typo in there, but I get the idea. And look, she's already got 5 likes on this. So people are using it. They're commenting. They are upvoting the votes of people who've already commented. So perfect. I mean, this is just perfect. And eventually, I have no doubt that this will become a sidebar option. That'll literally be next to any web page you want to go to. Web pages you might not even think about that'll have comments on them. I mean, it doesn't have to be just. It doesn't even have to be just content like movies and YouTube videos, right? I mean, you can literally, any web page you can think of is valid, and it'll come up in you can come up and you can leave comments on it, like the antitrekker.com. This is his main page. I'm going to go here. Of course, there's no comments here yet, but I can put one. Hello, Anti-Tracker. Love the site. Well, that's kind of self-serving because I made the site. And of course, it'd help if I could type your videos. Keep it up. And publish. And boom, that's going to be there. Now, if you go to antitrekker.com, antitrekker.com, and you have Dissenter installed, you can see it. You can see my comment. And you can leave your own comment. So it doesn't have to be YouTubers. It doesn't have to be forums. I mean, I'm just thinking here. You go to your insurance company's website, right? Your health insurance. You go there and you want to leave a comment about how shitty their service is. That they keep denying your claims even though they're not supposed to be. You know what? You have nowhere to leave it on their website. Well, go on Dissenter and leave it there. People will see it. Other people will see it. Eventually, these companies are going to have to take it seriously. I mean, they tried censoring, and this is it. We're not going to allow the censoring. As long as there is enough smart people on the other side, and there certainly is, we're going to fight back. And this is a new battle in the culture war, in the fight. Not only the culture war. The culture war is one half, or maybe not even a half. It's one part of a smaller. Sorry about that. The culture war is one part of an assault on free speech, and here in the United States, we're a little bit shielded because of our ingrained First Amendment. But Europe, my God, Europe is on the brink. In the UK, people are already being arrested for comments they make on Twitter. Literally, people arrested and prosecuted. Right now, if I wanted to, and I don't, but if I wanted to, I could go on Twitter and say, I hate, now I'm going to do it because I'm Italian. I hate greasy Italians. I could say that. Now, Twitter may or may not ban me, but I could do it, and nobody can do, the government cannot arrest me because it is 100% covered by free speech. If I went to the UK and said, I hate greasy Italians on Twitter, and a greasy Italian person got pissed off, or even just a police constable happened to be reading Twitter, they could complain to the police, or the constable could just do it himself. They could literally have me arrested, and I would be charged with hate speech, and I could possibly face jail time, likely, probably more like something like probation. But this is real. It's happened to multiple people. So that is how far free speech has been eroded in Europe right now. And that's the UK. Articles 11 and 13. If you are a YouTuber, if you're at all in the know, if you've been plugged into what's going on, they are perhaps weeks away from outlawing, mostly outlawing under the guise of copyright protection, virtually all speech that deals with movies and arts and works of art, any types of creation, mostly because, and news, that's the big one, and news. They're going to censor the news. They're only going to, you're not going to be able to go on YouTube in France and talk about a news story that you read unless you're paying some type of copyright fee to do it, which you're not going to be even able to do. And if you could, if they make it available, it's going to be way too expensive for the average person, because this is a war on information. And yeah, so we need ways of getting our information out there. And even if that's our comments, that just, you can say, oh, well, we can comment on YouTube, we can comment on Twitter. You can, but those are going to get less and less frequent. And the censorship is going to grow. It's already growing on Twitter. It's not just restrained to the right. Some of the left is getting, if you're outside their norm, if you're outside their safe zone, they don't want you there, okay? That woman who shot up the what was it? Who shot up YouTube, right? She shot YouTube. She went to YouTube and she shot a couple of people last year. She was left. She was far left. She wasn't far right. She was on the far left, and they kept taking down her videos and demonetizing her and doing all these things. So it's not restrained to the right. This is not a right-left issue. They want it to be, because we will fight ourselves, and if we fight ourselves, we're divided, and divided people are much easier to conquer. So yes, they meaning governments, corporations, whatever entities have a reason to keep the status quo, to keep themselves in power. They don't want to see the little person enabled. They will do whatever they can to keep us divided, because divided we cannot stand. And so you know what? Next time you really disagree with somebody, think about why. Do you really disagree with them, or did somebody plant it in your head that you should disagree with them? Listen, there are things you're going to disagree with fundamentally, and that's perfectly acceptable. You might have deep religious beliefs. You might have deep political beliefs on some things. But, I mean, we don't need to be super divided on television shows, on movies, on nonsense that doesn't make a difference in anyone's life. I mean, even politics that are just never going to happen, okay? We need to step back. We need to realize we're all in this together. Left, right, Republican, conservative, European, American, Asian, whatever. We all need to come together and, frankly, join Gab, join Dissenter, and start using it to prove that we're not going to be silenced. Okay? They're trying to silence us, and the more you try to silence us, the more we're going to push back. If Dissenter takes on, if Dissenter does well, then these places will be even more scared. Because what's the only thing worse than people leaving bad comments on Rotten Tomatoes? That's people leaving bad comments on Rotten Tomatoes completely outside of Rotten Tomatoes' control. Okay? At least before, they could delete the occasional horrible entry. Or at least they were getting credit. You know, at least they were getting clicks. At least they were getting ad revenue for those comments being left. Now, they will not be. And they'll realize not only did they lose, they're now in a worse position than they ever were before. And maybe that will stop them. It will hesitate them from getting rid of the audience score. Maybe that will make the next YouTuber hesitate before they disable comments on their video because they know it's going to be controversial. So they say, oh, we'll just disable comments so nobody can tell us how much they hate our commercial. But you know what? There's still going to be a way to tell you how much we hate your commercial. So you'll think twice. Do I want to shut people out? Or do I want to be in control of the comments? At least have some control. At least get something back. Because the people, they're going to talk anyway. If the comments are going to come anyway, people will eventually realize that they need to lighten up. They need to backpedal on the censorship, and that's good for everyone. That's good for everyone. So I know I've rambled on quite a bit. One more thing I do want to show you. If you do not want to put in the browser extension, you can still use Dissenter. You need to log in, you need to make your Gab account, and you need to connect it to Dissenter, which you do. But you do not need to use the browser extension at all. If you just go to dissenter.com, paste in any URL of any website. This can be a YouTube video. This can be a forum link, like I said, an insurance company, anything. You can put in anything. I'm going to put in the Captain Marvel's URL for Rotten Tomatoes, and you click the Dissent this. Instead of bringing up the sidebar in the browser, which is perfectly capable, you can just go here and it will show you the very same. See here, here's my comment from 14 minutes ago. Wow, 14 minutes. This is going to be a long video. Plus all these new comments. Look at these new comments. People have already figured it out. And all the comments below. So you don't need the browser extension, though it's much easier with the browser extension. You can just go to Dissenter, type in a URL, anti-tracker .com. Oh, okay. They want a valid URL with the HTTPS. Oh, okay. Well, did I not have the www? Okay. Well, let's see. What's the difference here? Anti-tracker. Okay, the comment is here. Let's see, maybe might take a few minutes to update. Like I said, I haven't tried it myself to send this. Okay, I'm sure the comment will show up soon, but basically it works. I mean, we saw it certainly works for Captain Marvel. It works for other sites. You put in a URL and you can still see the comments. That said, totally get the browser extension. It is far more user-friendly. If you want, subscribe to me on Gab. Again, I'm at BirdOPray5. And you know what? It says that at the end of the video. So hopefully that teaches you how to get onto Gab and Dissenter. And I'm sorry for the long speech on free speech, but it means that much to me. So, you know. And yes, here's the fishes. Here are the fishes. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you all. Qapla. Yes, I will be doing some type of video later for my 200 subscribers. Again, a thank you to Anti-Tracker, a thank you to Doomcock, and a thank you to all of the subscribers, every one of you, and anyone else who sees this. Please, please, please share this video. Go ahead and make your own video. It's that important. I don't even care if I get credit. Of course, credit would be cool. But it's more important you share this. The bigger channels, please get this out there. Get it out to your subscribers. Get it out to your fans. And, you know, it'll make a world of difference. I hope you all see the potential I see in this. So Qapla, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. And if you're really crazy, you can send me some money on PayPal. Take care.